$113,600 I'm sorry, try that again. $113,760.00. 113,760.00.
Milestone.
This is Milestone, and their base bid for this project is $120,500 even. 120,500.00. Milestone. This is Heartland Contractors. Great. And their base bid is $97,575.00. 97,575.00. And this is Reith Riley. And their base bid is $147,850.00. 147,850.00. Those are the four bids that we have, right? Correct?
Yep.
Okay. Chair, entertain a motion to take these bids under advisement.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And thanks to all the bidders. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, new business, engineering.
Good morning, Dave Griffey, Engineering Department. Before you is a request to accept sanitary sewer and water mains for maintenance for Hickory Ridge, Section 3, Phase 2. This subdivision is located on the west side of Concord Road, just south of County Road 450 South, outside the city limits. This phase consists of 35 lots, and they are the last platted lots in this subdivision. Everything's in order, and we recommend your approval.
Thanks, Dave. Chair, entertain a motion to approve this acceptance for maintenance.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Moved and second. Any questions for Dave on this? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Economic Development. John? You get to do all these fun things, don't you?
I sure do. I have a fun job. Good morning, John Collier, Economic Development. You have before you a request for demolition of a garage only at 1436 South Street. This is in the St. Mary's National Historic District, so it had to be reviewed by Dan Kaiser, the Historic Preservation Officer. He determined that the loss of the garage would not have a negative impact on the National District as a whole, and therefore recommends that you could waive the 60-day waiting period if you'd like. And I
Okay.
agree.
Okay, thank you. Chair, entertain a motion to get this on the table to approve this, let me say it a different way. Chair, entertain a motion to waive the 60-day waiting period for this demolition permit.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Again, our only responsibility here is to extend the 60-day waiting period. If it's historic, if it's not historic, then we can waive that period. So in this case, the recommendation is to waive that period. So we have a motion, a second to do so. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Good morning. This is Adam Murphy with the Economic Development Department. I have before you a rental assistance contract for permanent supportive housing from I-8CDA. This is a renewal of our current contract with that entity. We've been operating this program since 2008, providing permanent supportive housing for chronically homeless individuals with a substance abuse, mental illness, or HIV/AIDS. And in that time, we have served we have served 89 persons. We consider 79% of them to be successfully housed, having graduated or expired in the unit. Just 21% have been unsuccessful, meaning that they voluntarily left, were removed, or were incarcerated. This contract is for $250,831 in rental assistance and $12,816 in administrative funding.
Okay, thanks, Adam. Chair, entertain a motion to approve this agreement with Indiana Housing Community Development Authority.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Questions?
Any changes at all in the contract?
No, it's kind of a normal year because I don't think anyone wants to do any changes after last year.
And if I remember correctly, the amount's about the same too, correct?
It is, although we did get a bump in administrative.
Okay, all right.
Somewhat.
So the collaborative partnership between everybody, just real quickly, just on a 10,000-foot level, how does that work?
Well, so we don't actually find folks for the program. They are given to us from other entities. So LTHC, it runs the point on that. They also run the point on their vulnerability assessment and some of the other indicators that we use to determine the level of service.
Okay.
We also don't provide the case management. That's done through Valley Oaks Health. Some of the other partners just help us with getting the person squared away in the apartment. You know, there's needs for furniture, for getting connected to benefits. So it's really a group effort. If it were just us, we couldn't serve this many people at the same time. There's 28 in the units right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks. We have a motion. A second. Anybody else have any further questions on this? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate that. We have fire department. I think that's next. Is that right? Yeah.
Good morning, Chief Richard Doyle, Lafayette Fire Department. Before you, you have an affiliation agreement. This is a little bit of a change in what we've been doing with the Fire and Rescue Academy. This agreement is between us and the Greater Lafayette Career Academy. As you know, they've built a brand new facility on Teal Road there, and we're really transitioning from the students being out at our training facility all day for their both classroom and the practical portion of it, to transition some of that back to the Career Center. And then this agreement basically says that we will provide the facility and all the equipment that we have there for the students. Their classroom session and the instructor will be actually at the Greater Lafayette Career Academy. So this just basically says what each entity is responsible for.
Okay.
Does not require your signature, requires my signature on this agreement. I'm just asking for your approval that I would sign it.
Okay, thanks. Chair, entertain a motion to approve this affiliation agreement with Greater Lafayette Career Academy.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Chief, I have a couple questions. It talks about in here the school, obviously we know the Career Academy, and facility, which is us, correct? Who teaches this? Who actually does the?
Looking for basically a full-time instructor at the academy for the Fire and Rescue Academy. So they'll hire an independent person through the Greater Lafayette Career Academy to work there, rather than us providing an on duty or somebody within the fire service. Could be one of our person. It is basically a 5-day-a-week program. They're from about 8 to 10 in the classroom, and then they'll come out to our training facility, obviously, but then there's prep time and equipment maintenance and all that kind of stuff. So that's what they're looking for, a particular person, maybe a retired fireman, from Lafayette or somewhere, that actually is their sole responsibility would be that class.
In the curriculum?
We use it stays the same. Curriculum's the same. That comes out of the state fire program that we have. So they basically say, if you need a Fire 1 and 2 certification, it's, they have the material that's provided for that class. So you do Fire 1 and 2, you do hazmat, they do ops. So again, that curriculum is based from the state of Indiana. The Indiana Department of Homeland Security says this is the book you got to use. This is the test that you have to do for that program. And then the first year you can do 1 year of fire, and then the second year is EMT class, which we've never had anything really to do with. It was always at the academy, so they'll continue with that. And then that's based from the Indiana Department of Homeland Security, their EMS division.
Okay. And you graduate, if you go through the program, a student that goes through the program as a firefighter 1?
1 and 2, it depends on, it's our goal is to have, and the Career Center's goal obviously is to have them complete all the certifications that are available. Most of the time, half of the students probably complete all of those, because it's a lot of, obviously, material that they go through in a year. It's dual credits with a junior college, either Vincennes University, Ivy Tech has programs where so they could achieve 12 college credits coming out of, if they do both of them, coming out of this program, and obviously become a better candidate. We encourage students coming out of high school that they've completed any of this, that they continue at least at the associate level with Vincennes University. Ivy Tech has a program in Lawrence Township down around Indianapolis.
Yeah.
That's kind of the best scenario for somebody that really has a focus on the fire service. We probably see, I don't know, half the students maybe show up to class. It's a neat class, right? You look through the syllabus
elective.
and said, I'd like to do this, with no direction into the career. Maybe we hopefully change some of their attitudes through the program. Then you have some kids that that's their sole focus. This is what they want to do. So it's
Sure.
a big advantage. One of the reasons that we started this, I don't know, not 10 years ago, but close to that, was what we found was, especially the kids in the city of Lafayette they don't have an ability to be on a volunteer fire department. And that's where a lot of the county kids get before we see them as an employee, they have already achieved Fire 1 and 2, EMT, hazmat. They typically have gotten that through an association with a volunteer fire department. So those would be the McCutcheon, Harrison students. What we were seeing over a long period of time was the Jeff students, if they came to us in the career in the fire service, were not prepared to be a really good candidate. It's it's extremely competitive when you get to the hiring process, and so that's one of the reasons we really wanted to focus on the kids in the city, and we have. But the student mix is we've had them from everywhere. Harrison, McCutcheon, CC, Jeff, they're all a mix in this class. So.
Okay. And I guess my last question would be is that, and you've said it a little bit, but the kids coming out of the students coming out of this program, if they're really those that are interested in being a firefighter, I wonder how many of them this helps them to be successful. Have you seen the results from this? Are you seeing?
I mean, we've only hired one so far. We've seen, so we haven't seen the kind of the turnaround which we hope to see. There may still be some out there still in school, Ivy Tech or Vincennes or something like that we'll see at a later date. We know that a lot of this, or several of the students have traveled outside the state. They've gone someplace else to work. We always encourage them to apply, anywhere they want,
Sure.
so they get into the system. We hope that they come back to us. So it also, I think, I've interviewed, every class at the end of the season and asked what have they gotten out of it, and it is a experience that they normally wouldn't get in any other class. We treat them just like we do our recruits, our adult men and women that come in at 35 years old. We treat them the same, and they, at the end of the program, that's what really that they say, that we've held them, to certain standards. I mean, they have to shave every day, at least the guys, because we do. I do. I have to shave every day. If they get, if they miss their homework, they have to go up and run up and down the tower or do push-ups or something. There's consequences for not doing what you're doing. And I think at the end of the day, that's what they report to us is what has changed their life.
Good, thanks. Other questions?
How acute is the need for additional firefighters?
You've heard, both police and fire say that our applications are down dramatically. I think we had 40 the last time we went through a hiring process. I remember days of 200. I think when I applied, 38 years ago, it was in the hundreds. Can't really put our finger on why it's changed, especially in the fire service. Why it's changed. Our salary base is very good, very competitive with, obviously if you went out to Subaru, you might make more money, but you're going to work, 70 hours a week or something like that, second shift. And, but I don't know. So we're trying to figure out why that reason is. It's changed in the fire service, obviously. What we do has changed compared to when I came on, what you see, what you do, what you experience. The media, the reality. It's a different world out there that we're doing overdoses every day, and that's the norm, which 10 years ago, that was extremely unusual, but that's the norm today. The numbers of our, our runs, what we're doing, just an example, our EMS, our ambulance service, which I serve on the board of directors, 20 years ago, they could work a shift and literally not make it run in 8 hours. Now they're maxed out on the amount of, the time that they're on the street all the time. It's a result of our positive growth too. We've a lot more people in town, things like that. So it's just changed. It's become a, like I said, much more difficult job, and I think that's a little bit of it. But we still find those people that are dedicated. And if you're going to come in the fire service, you have to have thought about it 10 years ago. Start working your way to be competitive. We have the outlier that comes through, doesn't have anything, but had great work. Had been through college and all, got enough points to kind of make their way through. But the example is somebody that generally in high school has said, "That's what I want to do." It's very generational. So it's dad, his son or daughter, their son. It's very generational, like a lot of professions are. So that's kind of what we want, is to get somebody in, and then we start that tradition.
Great.
Are we fully staffed?
We're hiring I'm trying to hire 8 people right now, meaning we've told them they get a job. We're going through the process, which is very lengthy to get somebody. Me call them, say, "Hey, you want a job?" And then us getting it through all the medical and the psych eval and the backgrounds and perf and all that kind of stuff. So we hope in the next, I actually hope this week to notify 7 of them to go ahead, give your 2 weeks notice. We're going to start, end of June. So we'll have 7 or 8 in a school, recruit school that we run, 18-week recruit school out at the training academy. That'll start. So that'll bring us up to almost full staff.
One last question. Will we have a voice and a vote along with the Career Academy and the hiring of the instructor?
No, they do that. I mean, they can obviously call us and see what we think if they want a reference or something like that, but that'll be up to them. Mr. Schreiner serves on that board, so.
Okay, thank you very much. Any further questions? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye, opposed, same sign. Thanks, Chief.
I'll go ahead and sign it. Thank you.
Thank you. Parks Department.
Good morning, Claudine Loffman, Park Superintendent. Before you have change order number 3 for the contract with J.R. Kelly Company regarding the Memorial Island Phase 3 project in Columbian Park. This is for the completion date change. And the original date on this contract was June 4th, and due to some excessive soil remediation that was necessary, we have agreed to extend their contract to June 23rd. You can see in your packet that approximately 90% of the 3,128 total lineal footage had to be remediated, so pretty significant. There is no price change in this contract associated with the new completion date, and the change order has been reviewed by the city attorney, and I recommend it for your approval.
Thank you. Chair, entertain a motion to approve change order number 3 with J.R. Kelly for the Memorial Island, which just extends the date.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Okay, and also before you have change order number 4, also with J.R. Kelly Company regarding the Memorial Island Columbian Park Phase 3 project. During this project, we've incurred some additional expenses due to unforeseen conditions and project modifications. Item number 1 was the additional stone backfill needed for shoreline remediation. So that was actually a safety addition. As they had to do those cutaways, they had to use additional stone to make it safe for all the workers that were working on that. That was a $9,199.75 add. Light pole location adjustments required some field modifications based on sometimes you can design all you want, but when you get out in the field, you see that it's necessary for safety concerns or other reasons to modify things. So there was an additional add on that, $5,112.00. And then also security system electrical rough-in. The security system installation and key scan was a by owner item to be a cost savings measure, and as a result, we did have to incur some safety system electrical rough-in. So that add was $4,382.00. And then the dewatering, due to lengthy soil remediation, goes right back to change order number 3, actually. They had to pump out water from the lagoon for an extended period of time. That add is $8,782.00. The total amount of the add is $27,475.75. The amended contract amount with J.R. Kelly Corporation is $6,513,334.00. And now the new contract total is $6,540,809.75. This change order has been reviewed by the city attorney, and I recommend it for your approval.
Chair, entertain a motion to approve change order number 4 with J.R. Kelly.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Questions? Anybody? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. And then we have claims next.
Good morning, Jeremy Deal, Interim Controller. You have before you, and the Controller's Office has reviewed claims totaling $728,838.40, and we ask for your approval.
Thanks, Jeremy. Chair, entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions for Jeremy? Hey, Jeremy, on the bottom, I should know this, but on the bottom of 9 and on 10, there's a bunch of claims for John Sanders. What are those about?
I believe that is the Lafayette Lawn Works. That's irrigation system work.
Okie dokie. That makes sense. Okay, thank you. That's the only question I had. Anybody have any questions?
Well, I'm compelled to ask the question on Big 11 about the outlaw motorcycle gang per diem.
I'm sorry, Norm, which one? Oh, I see. You know, I didn't examine that.
Come on, Jeremy.
It says
read
per
our minds.
diem, though. I assume it's an event attended by a couple of police officers.
Okay. Just kind of leapt out at me.
Anything else, Norm?
Nope.
Okay. Amy?
No, I'm good.
Sydney?
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Have a motion, a second, to approve the claims. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you.
We have a special miscellaneous, under our miscellaneous portion, we have a special request for St. Boniface. Anybody here from St. Boniface? Come on up.
Good morning. My name's Tammy Lavicina, and I work at St. Boniface.
Okay, and you're requesting?
Yes, to have our Eucharistic procession this Sunday night between 7:30 and 8, processing out of the church and around the block 9th Street to Ferry, 8th Street, and then back up north into the church.
Okay, and that's this Sunday, right?
Yes.
June the 6th?
Yes.
Okay, from 7:30 to 8 p.m.
Yes.
Let's get this on the table, see if anybody has any questions. Chair, entertain a motion to approve this special event request.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any questions regarding this? So the only thing I noticed is that you are going to, on the main streets, you're going to go down the middle of the street, correct?
Yes.
And so you're going to have to block those off for that period of time to make sure the traffic's diverted?
Yes. Grant Freeman, who usually helps with this,
Yes.
has the vests and coordinates the traffic and guides the people through that.
Okay, all right. And I think the police department's already approved this, so I think we're all right with that.
Yes.
Okay.
So this involves the one-block closure of 9th Street.
Yes.
For half an hour.
If even that, it would just be while we
Yeah.
move through there.
Yeah, it'll be just moving through, right. Okay. Any other questions or concerns? Can I have a motion, a second to approve this? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Good luck to it. Hope weather's good.
Yeah. I was just looking, it's supposed to be 90 and sunny.
Oh, well, perfect. In the evening, it'll be perfect. That's it for the agenda today. We have an animal control appeal that follows this meeting, so this part of the meeting will stand adjourned, and we'll reconvene in about 3 minutes.